Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. They released a couple new Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse teasers, so we'll break it all down. There's a couple big Easter eggs that give us some more information about what's going on between Miles Morales Spider-Man and Miles G. Morales, as they're calling him, on this alternate Earth. There was also some news about the actual release date being pushed, things being delayed, things going on behind the scenes, so I'll explain what's going on with that. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. The first big thing is this new scene. It seems like a work in progress, or it might get worked into Beyond the Spider-Verse in some way in the next couple of years, where Aaron Davis is still the Prowler. You can see him in his suit here, teaching a slightly younger looking Miles G. Morales, as they're calling him. That's what they're calling this Prowler version of Miles from Earth 42. And it looks like they're stealing medical supplies from the Sinister Six cartel and giving them to his mother at her hospital just because she doesn't have enough to treat her patients. Like, she's very thankful, but doesn't completely realize what's actually going on. Like, oh, some vigilante left me supplies. There was also some tie-in material in some of the art books that they released that teased what's going on with this Miles G. Morales alternate reality Prowler version of the character too, confirming that he's kind of a Robin Hood type of character, vigilante, stealing to help his mother, stealing from the rich, aka the Sinister Six cartel, giving to the poor. And if you look at a lot of his moves too, they're very Spider-Man-like in the way that he's web slinging around, kind of using Prowler tech, almost doing the exact same thing. He looks very similar, or his moves look very similar to the regular Miles Morales Spider-Mans. He just doesn't have any actual webbing, so he's using practical technology. And it seems like his mother in this reality in Earth 42 doesn't know that he's becoming the Prowler or has become the Prowler. She probably only knows that there's a vigilante out there that calls themselves the Prowler that's in the news, who helps her, gives people things that they need. But just like regular Miles Morales' mother, she also hasn't totally figured out that this Miles G. Morales, her Miles Morales, hasn't become the Prowler on their world. So a lot of people were wondering what's going to happen after the end of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because they tease this big fight between the two of them, like he's slowly escaping using his shocker ability. It's meant to be a big callback to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where Peter B. Parker used his abilities to escape while Miles was talking to him. So Miles is going to start Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse doing the same thing, escaping from this situation. And even though the way they play the music, like the big reveal, they want you to think like Miles G. Morales is a villain, the idea is that they're trying to tell you through all these tie-ins and these teasers that really he's a vigilante, he's not an outright villain. That was what the regular Miles Morales Spider-Man was talking to Earth 42 Aaron Davis about before he realized what was really going on. He was trying to tell him about his uncle Aaron before he died. He wanted to be good, but he didn't know how. So they want to let you know that that's kind of going on with this Miles G. Morales Prowler version of the character. So a lot of people were wondering if they're actually going to fight, or if they're going to take a hard left turn and just surprise everyone and he won't be a villain, like he'll actually help this version of Spider-Man Miles Morales. My early theory in some of my previous videos is that he would eventually do that, but there'd be like a small fight, like you have to have them fight just a little bit. But the endgame idea is that Prowler Miles Morales, Miles G. Morales, is not going to wind up being a villain. My other early theory is that he would eventually wind up fighting the Sinister Six cartel on his Earth, and they would set those group of characters up as bigger villains on Earth 42. And they won't walk back Miles Morales' spider bite or anything like that, like he'll go back to his ultimate universe Earth. But at the end of the day, Miles G. Morales will just continue becoming a better version of the Prowler and become more of a good character, so to speak, more of a traditional good character, trying to defeat the Sinister Six cartel. They're a real big group, super powerful on this Earth, so it's not something that he would completely wrap up during Beyond the Spider-Verse. Like, he would just continue fighting the Sinister Six cartel on his Earth into adulthood. So part of the idea is that even in an alternate reality, even though things went completely terrible for him, like his father died, he didn't become Spider-Man, the traditional type of hero, things still worked out, like he's still good